What's going on, guys? We are at in Bodega actually, across from Doran here. We are on, I guess this would be the North Jetty, Oceanside. We're gonna actually do some poke poling. As you can see, the tide is really out. We're actually a little early before the tide is even its lowest. We got until about 8:30 here, so about 2 hours. So we're gonna start poke poling for some eels, maybe some rockfish and stuff. We've already done our clamming. Seems like everybody here is doing some clamming, so we're gonna be out here on the jetty poke poling away. Let's go for it. Alright, so we're gonna put on squid. I brought some shrimp and I brought squid, but squid's always the best. It holds up the most, and the eels and rockfish and stuff, they really like squid. It's nice and oily. Scent gets in the water, gets in the holes, and it's kind of old, which is good. Get a chunk like that. Now people like to use sometimes some pretty big hooks, but I'm not like that. Poke poling, sometimes you get small fish. So I'm just using a number 6 octopus here. And I'm gonna put a nice liberal piece of meat on there. And if we start dunking this in, we're not getting any bites, we'll switch over to shrimp. Let's see what happens. Alright, so when looking for eels and stuff like that, when I first started poke poling, I was kind of like off a little bit. You want to poke holes with water in it. So you want to poke holes with water in it, not dry holes and stuff, because what's happening is the water's going into the holes, food's coming in with the water and the tide, and the fish are feeding in there. Sometimes you'll catch them in dry holes, but very rarely. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start off around here on this rock point and stuff here, things that jet out. These are ambush predators, so you're looking for holes that, you know, you think one would be in. If you were one of these predators, where would you sit waiting for food? So let's go for it. Let's see what happens. We just caught our first monkey face eel, and before I get them off the hook and everything and put them in the bag, I just want you guys to know, as you guys can see, this guy is pretty full. Yeah, he's nice and slimy. You can see he's like pretty full here in the stomach, and you can see he's already doing it. He's pooping a little bit. So when you kill these guys, no, they just poop out of here, but it just got on them. But when you kill these guys, they're gonna release all of their feces. So just be ready. That's the way I like to keep them alive as long as possible, so that they don't like excrete it everywhere. But yeah, don't like fillet these guys right away or anything, because it will poop everywhere. This is a pretty small eel, but he's definitely enough for lunch. So and a little catch and cook. Can you not touch him? No, I just do that because use a rag or something, because if you try to hold these with your hand, they're just too slippery and slimy. Okay. They're gonna get everywhere. That's a 30 centimeter. That's an 11.5 inch eel. It's pretty good. Is he a keeper? Yeah. Oh, cool. He's a keeper. This is a baggers. But yeah, the monkey face eel is actually part of the rockfish family. So they're kind of like rockfish. Alright. So is it an eel or is it a fish? It's technically a rockfish, but they're called monkey face eels. Okay. Because they pretty much are eels, as you can see. So yeah, there he is. They're pretty hardy. This guy will probably still be alive at the end of the day in this bag. Wyatt is going to probably go back out there, and I'm going to stay right here. There's something definitely in this hole. I'm getting bites in here, so we're going to leave it in there. Come on, don't stop now. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Little rockfish. Look at that. Little rockfish. Nice. Yeah, look at that little guy. Nice little rockfish. Just throw him back. Boom. There he goes. Poke pulling pretty much is a numbers game, people. The more holes you poke, the more stuff you're gonna catch. It's pretty much the name of the game on that one. So this is a pretty big piece of purple lather. This is the laver, however you pronounce it, but this is pretty much what is in the sushi wraps and stuff. So we're gonna take, this is a pretty big piece, we're gonna take this home. And then this is sea lettuce here. Kind of looks like lettuce, you know? But from the sea. We're not gonna, these are like more like seaweed chips. You know, if you dry them out or something.
Like kale chips for all you
exactly.
people.
So we're gonna get some bigger pieces. We're gonna dry these out for sushi wraps. And see, here's some more. Right here.
That's the green color we like, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, here's two. So
do we still keep this?
No, you can get rid of that. So you can see the color difference. You're looking for this one on your left, my right. Other than this, you know, it's funny because this is called purple laver, but this seaweed is more purple. But this is what you want here. So yeah.
Obviously, because it looks like what's on your sushi.
But that's good, yeah.
Bueno.
Bueno.
So Wyatt's gonna try to poke pole in here. This is a really big tide pool. But it's also kind of dark, so I'm thinking that there is some eels in there. There's a crab in there. It's dead.
And while you're going around, if you find these big tide pools, don't be afraid to poke pole them also. You know, the eels will get caught in here, rockfish will get caught in here, stuff like that. So, you know, don't be afraid to poke pole around in here and see what comes out. Don't know. Alright, so here's that purple laver. And this is a good spot to pick from because it's on the rocks, it's live, and it you know, there's not a lot of sand on it and stuff. So since we're doing sushi, we want some bigger pieces here.
Are we doing sushi or are we doing dried seaweed?
Well, I was gonna do sushi with the eel and stuff, and then use the seaweed we picked here as the wrap.
So we're gonna make Bodega Bay sushi, all from Bodega Bay.
Like, this is a really good piece right here. No holes, nice and big. So even when it dries out, it'll be a little bit smaller, but that's still nice and good. That's a nice piece right there.
It's a nice piece. Pack it in, pack it out. I found this sitting over there, and I'm not leaving anybody's trash behind, even if it's not mine. I would normally never touch this, but it's disgusting that somebody left this here. Ew.
Alright, giving this guy a proper burial in ice. It should be. Like I said, I like to keep them alive all the way to the house. Makes cleaning a lot easier. Got our nice eel here. He's still alive. Let me get a rag or something.
Is he gonna poop everywhere?
No, but he's still alive. Yeah, he's actually really lively still. But you can see he's been pooping a little bit.
You pooping?
So.
Thanks for using that sweatshirt.
Put him back in. I mean, it can get washed. It's not a big deal. Not how much oil and stuff has been on that sweatshirt. And then we've got our seaweed here. Transfer over into the ice chest bag. Get out of the food bag. We don't want no little cribby crabs or. Okay, so first things first with the seaweed, we're gonna prepare that first, and we're just gonna soak it in some fresh water. We're gonna get all the sand and the grit and little pieces of eel grass and just stuff like that off of there. Get these pieces off here, you know, clean it up a bit. And then like this big piece, since we're gonna be putting this into the dehydrator, we'll cut it up a little bit so that it fits in there nicely. Now there's two ways to do it. I'm just gonna dry this out the way it is. But what you can also do is take your seaweed and blend it, and then what you do is you take that blended material and then you roll it out into a sheet, and then you then roast it in the oven. But we're just gonna dehydrate this as if it was like sun-dried, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay guys, so I filled up the racks here. We got about 3 racks of seaweed. Wasn't able to get the full harvest in there, but that's okay. I'll just do another round of it. But I leave the top rack alone, just because it's just too close to the heat element, and it'll just fry the seaweed. So keep it a rack below, and we're gonna run this around 95 to 105 degrees on this. You know, we're pretty much mimicking sun drying on this, so and that's what we're doing here. So it'll be a few hours and it should be ready, so we'll pop this on. Okay guys, so it's time to dispatch the eel. Believe it or not, he is still alive. You can kind of see his mouth moving. He's just been in ice for a while, so what's happened is his metabolism is very, very slow right now. And so it's kind of good. He's pretty much passed out from how cold it is. So we're just going to dispatch him really quick. The way to do it pretty much is just to cut off the head, or hit the head, pretty much dispatch the brain. They don't really have gills like rockfish, you know what I mean? So you can't really like gill them in that way. So we're just going to go ahead and do that, get that done with, and then you just gut them like a regular fish where the guts all are here. Take all the guts out and then make our fillets. Okay, so we've dispatched the eel. I didn't put that on film. Some people get all weird about it. Whoa! Still wiggling. So now they'll have some nerves in them, you know, just the way it goes. Like I said, these are really hardy animals. This guy was still alive the whole time he was in the freezer and stuff. So get the nerves out, let them shake out. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do it just like any other fish. You're going to go from the exit here. You're going to make an incision. And then you're just going to go down. And you know, you got to keep your knife shallow. You don't want to puncture this. You don't want this going into the meat. Get through there. And then with the guts, you can make an incision right where they come in. And that's like the esophagus and the throat. Rip that out. Bring this out. All the way, boom. Now that is nice and gutted, put that in your gut bag. And see, this is all the feces that we didn't want him to excrete. So that's why we left him alive until we got home. And then if you guys want, preferably, depending on how you're preparing it, you can skin it and then cut it into pieces. I'm going to make sushi. I'm still going to roast it, but I'm going to put it into the serving sizes pretty much, and then cook them all into. Alright, so next what I'm going to do is soak them in some teriyaki sauce. Throw each one in there. Then we're going to throw that in the fridge for a bit and let it marinate. Soak it all up. So this is the eel done pan frying, and what I did was I put a little layer of oyster sauce on the plate and then put the eel on and rolled it around a little bit. Oyster sauce just gives it a nice kick. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the fridge and let it cool down a little bit. Okay, so we have our rice made up, we have our seaweed, we have our eel, and I'm just going to do pretty simple. Just put a little wasabi, the huge. I like wasabi. And, you know, it's up to you how much you want. I'm just put a little like that, one like that. Maybe put one with the eel first, and then the seaweed. Alright, and there you go. Alright, now the taste test. Alright guys, well thank you for watching the eel catch and cook with a little bit of seaweed harvest. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys enjoyed this and you're not subscribed, subscribe, hit that bell too for notifications, and also check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We're always doing it. And if you have someone interested in joining the youth group and you're in the Bay Area, Marin, Sonoma counties, let me know. We're looking for new members, we're growing. So let's do this. Again, hope you liked it. See you next time.